And so today we finally got information on the next set of resurrection characters in this case, and it's kind of overdue. We have Sun, HALIBEL, and also AIZEN, the Parasol versions, receiving their long-awaited resurrection. And I say it's overdue because we should have gotten this resurrection last month. You know, our last end of my banner was the Parasol burn, which characters I would have thought that they would have released the Parasol resurrections alongside with the new Parasol characters, but apparently not. Either way though, we are getting them this month. So of course, let's have a look at what they should pick up and what they do actually pick up. So first up, we have the Parasol version of HALIBEL. Originally, her soul trait was strong attack recharge minus 12%, and I would love for her to pick up full stamina damage or strong attack damage. The heart attribute doesn't have access to that many full stamina links, and I wouldn't mind if she picks up that particular second trait. However, I feel like this is probably going to be a banner. It's a cooldown one, maybe. She's probably going to get a status augment duration. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe even last ditch survival. If anything though, maybe she's going to pick up strong attack damage. I don't see her getting full stamina damage. There's definitely a few things they could do with her second soul trait, and we're going to find out in just a second. As for her skill, she has Bruiser plus 20, Debilitator plus 5, Devastation 40, Freeze Immunity, Frenzy plus 1, and also Sprinter plus 1. Since she is a seasonal character, a non-1000-year Blood War character, she is only going to get 7 skills when resurrecting, so she's most likely going to pick up Berserker. So if she picks up Berserker plus 20% and also 60% more strong attack damage on her soul trait, that'll be a pretty good buff, just giving her more damage overall. But again, I feel like they're going to go down a different route. Let's check what she actually does get though. In her case, strong attack cooldown minus 12% and also 55% weakened duration. So I was correct in them going down the status augment duration route instead of giving us strong attack damage, which for me, I'm personally fine with. We do have quite a few strong attack damage links that it's not really that big, even though that she doesn't get this second soul trait. And at the same time, we got to give it to K-Lab. This is not a bad soul trait. As of right now, there is literally no heart character in the game that has both recharge and also weakened duration. I know it feels like we get quite a lot of recharge and status and durations, and sometimes they aren't always the most useful, but I can definitely see myself making use of this, especially considering that there's no combination of this in the heart attribute. It is the first for its kind, so I can't really be mad at that. I might be in the minority here, but I would much rather have a link like that than another strong attack damage and recharge link where I already have plenty of those. As for her skill though, she didn't unfortunately get a good skill here. She actually picked up damage to weakened enemies. I don't know why they did that. I don't like how they keep giving damage to status augments because it doesn't really make sense here. 20% Berserker here would have been much better instead of locking it behind an RNG factor of actually inflicting a status augment. Overall, for Resurrection, this really isn't the greatest one, I'll be honest. While I do appreciate the soul trait combination is the first of its kind in the heart attribute, she easily could have picked up 20% Berserker. Instead, it's only damage to weakened enemies. For the most part, if you actually resurrect it and play with her, she's almost going to play the exact same unless you inflict a status augment, which at that point you might not even really notice the difference there. For our next character, we have AIZEN, and I am nervous. I feel like they're going to ruin him, and by that, I feel like they're not going to give him Flurry, which I get why they wouldn't. He has 100% Bruiser, but I would love for this character to pick up Flurry. If they want to make this batch full special, they would give it, but I just don't think it's going to be the case, right? So in his case, he's a normal attack damage plus 20% soul trait. I'm also hoping here he doesn't pick up damage reduction. That is, I'm tired of those combinations. We have plenty of those. And at the same time, when it comes to DR and NAD soul traits, you very rarely use those combinations where you offer more normal attack damage and offer less damage reduction. More DR and less NAD is actually good in Brave battles. More NAD and less DR, I mean, I don't use those links. I never did. So I'm hoping he doesn't pick up DR here. Instead, I want him to go down the route of getting full stamina damage or hopefully strong attack recharge. That is a combination that is severely lacking in this game. And in this case, it'd be really good, right? He already has the normal attack damage. We don't need any more DR. He has a Vortex SA2, which would be really good if it could come back a tad bit faster. And that'll be a really good link for characters like Jusha, for example, where they can get the normal attack damage buff, but they can also get that extra bit of recharge so they can use their utility strong attack more often than not. Every time we get a NAD character resurrected, I'm going to hope they pick up recharge because it is really a combination that we do need. But other than the soul trait, looking at the skills, Berserker 40, Bruiser 80, Debilitator, Devastation, Long Reach, and also Sprinter plus 2. In this case, you can pick up one new skill. Quite frankly, not sure what that can be. It could be Flurry, but I don't think so. Maybe follow-up. They do like to put follow-up on a lot of speed characters. And as for the soul trait, again, hoping for recharge, but easily could be damage reduction. Having a look at his actual skills, though, he did actually get damage taken minus 12%. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely something that I'm not really going to use. I mean, it's not that bad, but like, look at the characters we have. We already have plenty of NAD and also DR links, which again, you don't really use much of, even in Brave battles, to be fair. I'm kind of tired of this combination. If the character's base soul trait is damage taken, then sure, give them normal attack. But I would really love for more unique combinations, again, like the recharge and normal attack damage, because if we actually have a look at that right now, normal attack damage and also recharge, you'll see that only one exists, and that's Mugetsu Ichigo. Of what, the 4 or so years we've had resurrections, we only have one type of this link. It's even less in some other attributes. Overall 4, look at that. Only 4. 2 of them in the technique attribute, so technique is kind of lucky, which is good. That's the attribute that has AIZEN. Would of course love more links like this. Unfortunately, not in this patch though. Having said that though, looking at the skill that he did pick up, he got damage to paralyzed enemies. What are they doing? Why? Is Sun gonna get damage to poison enemies? Is that what we're getting this season of this batch? Okay. I mean, I guess it's more damage, and his damage output, it's not that high because he is still lacking Flurry. This is unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie. I would have really loved for this character to pick up Flurry. He did pick up more damage, and once more, it's tied behind the fact that he needs to actually inflict the Dazzlement. Kind of another resurrection character here, where if you resurrect him, he's always gonna play the exact same. You're barely gonna notice the difference here, because most of the plays you are gonna take him, you aren't actually taking damage. That 10% DR isn't going to make that much of a difference, and I don't think it's going to be used that much as a link, and then you're only going to get a noticeable damage increase when you inflict a Dazzlement, which, by the way, unrelated to the character's resurrection, I never realized the glass pieces in his artwork. You can actually see his face there. That's kind of cool. And for our final character, we have Sun. I thought she inflicts poison. She doesn't, so maybe she isn't going to get damage to poison enemies. In her case, though, she is a 12% strong attack recharge soul trait. Again, the technique attribute does have quite a few of those links. Maybe she is going to pick up strong attack damage, but it doesn't really matter much to me if she does. But I guess that'll be a good second soul trait, even that or full stamina. Maybe lasting survival might be the trait she picks up. As for her skills, though, she has Bruiser, Devastation, Fire Duration, Frenzy +1, Long Reach, and also Sprinter +1. This was funny enough in a time where a lot of SP characters were getting, normal attack damage buffs. Long Reach and Bruiser for an SP character, almost unheard of nowadays. Either way though, she's going to pick up one new skill, probably going to be Berserker. As for the second soul trait, probably a status duration, let's find out. So in her case, she got increased coin drop plus 13%. I mean, I don't mind it. Again, we have plenty of strong attack recharge and strong attack damage links, especially in the technique attribute. I guess more coin links isn't that bad. I personally don't save any 4 stars. I know it's the exact same increase as a 4-star gives. But again, as mentioned, I don't keep 4 stars, right? If I ever need coins, I guess I am going to use a link like this, and we can probably expect more links like this going forward into the future, especially because last month Sergeant's Resurrection did give us the coin drop increase. Unless you're super new to the game and are lacking a large amount of resurrection characters, but weirdly enough have this siphon, then maybe you could be upset about the link. But for most people, I think you already have a good collection of character links. Her not picking up strong attack damage really isn't that big of a deal, and I guess the coin drop can help you. As for her skills though, the extra skill that she did pick up was 20% Berserker. So yeah, she probably got the best upgrade in terms of the skills here because she actually got a good damage increase, not tied behind the fact that you need to inflict a Dazzlement. And I guess the coin drop itself could be useful. I can definitely see myself using that. But overall, this resurrection patch, not really the greatest, I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't have much hope for it. I do like the HALIBEL link. Definitely can see myself using the Sun link. AIZEN probably is the biggest disappointment, at least to me, because I really would have loved to see him pick up Flurry. And as for that soul trait, they could have done something unique there, gave him a new one. A link they don't do much of, but instead they just gave him the same old boring normal attack damage and damage reduction. With that said though, we are now currently around here. That's when these characters came out. Again, the resurrection schedule itself is all over the place because we kind of skipped over the Chronicle Quest characters for a time being. So we went all the way up to here, past the 4th anniversary. Characters like Hiyori received their resurrections months ago. But now Caleb is slowly correcting, I guess, the timeline of resurrection characters, doing the ones they have missed. And in this case, our next resurrection badge, if it is a premium banner, which should be next month, will actually be the AIZEN banner. AIZEN, Shunsui, and also Shinji are going to get their resurrections next month. Slight potential correction, we actually are getting a swimsuit banner at the end of the month, and that should mean that we are getting a swimsuit resurrections next month too. So potentially our next resurrection badge is going to be swimsuit Yoruichi, Orihime, and also Kukaku, which is potentially exciting. And then after that, we're basically back up to around here. So it'll be the Renji, Yumachika, Kain banner, and then after that, the Weekend, Toshiro, and also Ikaki banner. So we're still slowly getting up there, but eventually we're about to get, technically we're actually right now, the Calm Field resurrections. I'm sure that can happen somewhere down the year. And potentially even around 5,000 Year Blood War. We do know these characters get resurrected when the anime is airing. They could get resurrected for the 8th anniversary. We're about to find out when that does come. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about these characters' resurrections in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.